In this recording, we're going to explore inverses of quadratic functions. If you remember back from our initial unit when we discussed inverses, this is a notation that is relevant for inverses. And it's like f with a superscript of -1. It's not f to the -1. We read it as inverse of f of x. Okay, and so here we have a simple quadratic function, just the basic parent function, and we have a table of values of 5 points. And in order to find the inverse, we're going to switch the ordered pairs. So go ahead and do that for each of these 5 points. Play the recording when you're ready. Okay, so that should look something like this. Okay, and now go ahead and proceed to graph each of those points. And I'm going to label the inverse. Okay, so this is labeled as the inverse of f of x, and I'll come up here and just label the original function for good measure. What do you notice about this function's inverse? Well, why don't you take a moment of reflection and play the recording when you've kind of made some mental notes, maybe some actual notes that you want to write down. Okay, so hopefully you jotted down some observations here. It's still a parabola. Okay, so we've identified that it's sort of a sideways parabola, but not a function. And down here, there's sort of a clue that a function will have an inverse that is also a function, if and only if it's a one-to-one function. If you look back to this original parabola f of x, it wasn't one-to-one, right? It failed the horizontal line test. Okay, these 2 points have the same y value, so when we take the inverse, that means these 2 points are going to have the same x value, which means that the inverse is not a function. Thanks for watching.